Hey everybody, this is Jason. In this video, my friend Vincent and I are practicing our scripts for real estate. I just made a video about how important it is for real estate agents to practice their scripts. That video will appear as a link in the top right corner of your screen right now. So we made this video to show you, as a new realtor or somebody who's a future client of a real estate agent, what real estate agents do to practice their skills when they're going to help you. Now in this video, the story is that Vincent is somebody who wants to sell their home and they're not sure exactly how they're going to price it. They may be possibly looking at other real estate agents, and I'm going over there to talk about the specific plan to sell his house for the highest price and step by step how we're going to do that. I'm excited to show this to you. Go ahead and hit that like button so this video gets pushed out to more and more people who can use this information, people who are looking to buy a home, looking to sell a home, or new real estate agents out there who could see this practice and will benefit from it. Thank you guys, and without further ado, this is me and my friend Vince practicing real estate scripts. All right, so I'm knocking on the door. Hey Vince, thank you so much for having me. Are you guys excited to go to Idaho?
Hey, we are. Yeah, we're ready to sell our home so we can get moving. It's been a long time coming, so I'm excited to finally get to Idaho.
Oh, okay, cool. Would it be okay if I give myself a quick tour? I know I've been here a couple times visiting you. I just wanted to refresh my memory.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Feel free to walk around. Let me know what you need. I can show you all the
Great.
rooms, the garage, the attic even. Just let me know.
Oh, I remember. Okay. Still a spider up in there, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm avoiding going up there because of that huge spider.
Okay, it looks good, looks good. Okay, there's the bedroom. Okay. And then this must be the master, right? I remember because the bathroom is attached.
Correct. Yeah, that's where we stay.
Oh, looks good. You guys put in that new vanity like you said you're going to.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly.
Awesome. Okay, well, everything looks great, and you guys remodeled the kitchen too, right?
Yep, marble countertops, new appliances. So it looks pretty good, I think so.
Awesome. Okay, so Vince, is this a good place for us to sit down, or did you want to go in the backyard?
Yeah, I mean the kitchen table is fine. I think there's enough space for me, you, and then my wife as well, so we can all three sit down. It's probably a little bit better than sitting on the couch, right? So here's good.
Whichever you like. Okay, I'm going to sit this down so we could all talk. And then here I am sitting it down, and I've got my little folder with everything inside of it, and I'm getting that ready. So, Vince, I have a few quick questions before we get into this. Sounds good?
Yep.
Number one, you and your wife definitely want to go to Idaho and sell this property, right?
Yep. 100%.
Okay, when you guys sell the home, do you want to price it where it will sell, or are you kind of okay with it sitting on the market for a while, like longer than 30 days?
We want to price it where it's going to sell, but I mean, we want the most money out of it as well. If that's too much to ask, but we definitely are on a. Our timeline is more important to us than getting an extra $5,000 or $10,000. But we also don't. We also want to make sure we get the right amount of money as well.
Okay, definitely. Yeah, it's a beautiful house. You guys are going to get a very good price, maybe better than we're anticipating. I'm going to show you why. Okay, so the timeline? Refresh me because we've been talking for a while. Something's changed. What is your ideal timeline that you guys move out of here?
We would like to get into our next home, everything moved and ready to go by February. February at latest, February 1st at latest. So, the rest of December and then January, obviously. So is that enough time?
Great. Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, it sounds like you guys are highly motivated.
Yep. Yep.
That works. That works for me. Vince, have you guys considered to do FISBO, meaning selling it by yourself without having a real estate agent represent you guys?
I've thought about it, but I feel like it's just out of my wheelhouse. I mean, for me, it's like leave it up to the experts. So that's why we're talking. And I thought about it at first. Maybe I can save on that 6% commission, but it's more of a hassle than anything. And I'm sure there's a lot that goes into real estate that I think I might know how to do, but probably don't.
Okay, good. Sounds good. And Another question that I have is, are you guys speaking with other realtors, or am I the only one that you guys are considering at this point?
Well, to be completely honest with you, there was an agent. Actually, he left about 30 minutes before you came, and
Okay.
uh, he had a good presentation. We liked what we heard, uh, but I wanted to also hear what you have to hear, what you have to say, just so that we can, compare and take the time to think about it. Me and my wife sit down, after today, after our after your presentation, me and my wife were going to think about it.
That's great. I would recommend that too, Vince. You want to make sure that you get the best service, so definitely see what's out there. Question: did they show you anything in particular that you really really liked? Anything that was really good?
Yeah, I mean, they seem like they have a good marketing plan and strategy. They said they were going to make a YouTube video and something like the LSM or something. I don't know. They
Hmm.
said it was a really important tool for realtors and to put our list on our home on the website or something like that. But so I'm excited. He said that's what most realtors use, and so I just really liked his marketing plan.
Cool. Were there any questions that they left maybe unanswered or after they met with you? Because it's great, you got a little bit of information. Is there any questions that you have after meeting with that agent in general that kind of you guys have?
Yeah, actually, you know what? He didn't ask me, but now that I think about it, because we want to move into our home, like we want to sell our home now, but we
Okay,
want to move into our home in February. But what if we sell it
good.
sooner? I mean, we also don't want to be homeless, So actually, maybe it's a good idea to wait even a little bit because I don't want to be homeless, right? Because we want to make sure we find our next house, but then like what happens if we sell it next week and then I'm homeless for 2 weeks? I mean, he didn't bring it up, but I mean, I that's definitely something that I forgot to bring up with him. So
Vince, let me assure you that if you end up going with me to help you sell your home, we're going to make sure that you're not homeless, okay? That's
yeah,
number one. And I'm glad you mentioned that because we have some ways to completely avoid that. For example, if somebody wants to buy the home for a price that you like sooner than you guys were ready to move out, I've got a few options that we could work with. So, okay, I'm glad that you mentioned that. So I'm really excited, Vince. I'm bringing you some important information that will help us sell your home for top dollar. And also, number two reason I'm here is I wanted to decide, like we mentioned, you're talking to other realtors. That's a good thing. Want to decide if the right thing for us to do is for us to partner together to sell your home. Fair enough.
yeah, fair enough.
Okay, because regardless if you go with me or not, the reason I'm here is because I want to help you, Vince. I want to help you and your family. And if I can't do that, I'll let you guys know right away.
Okay.
My goal is to get you guys to Idaho, and that's the ultimate goal, right? That's what we want.
Yep, that's the ultimate goal.
Okay. So Vince, as soon as we do come together, I'm going to use my plan that has been proven over and over again to get you guys out there. To get your home out there to all the top qualified buyers on the market. And our main goal today, main reason we're here, besides meeting and reacquainting with each other, is for us to both pick the best price that will attract the most qualified buyers to your home. Does
Mhm.
this make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. But also, I mean, I want to make sure that I get at least 500,000, right? I mean, we were looking for at least 500,000 because we are um, or yeah. So it's just because I've seen some homes sell across the street. That one sold for 505, and yeah, I feel like our home is very similar in that case. So I think attract buyers, but also I want to make sure at the end of the day we're taking at least 500,000 home.
Perfect timing, because exactly what you brought up, that's what we're going to talk about. Have you ever heard of a CMA presentation?
Uh, so to be quite frank with you, CMA, the other agent was saying stuff about it, but I don't even know what it stands for. He kept saying CMA this and CMA that, and I'm guessing it's some type of report. But I was a little fixated on because I didn't know what CMA meant. So what is that?
Yeah, so it sounds very technical. It's nothing very complicated. All it is this: is we're going to find out the highest price that we could sell your home, and the way we do that is we look at the history in your neighborhood of similar homes to yours that have sold.
Okay.
Now, do you know why I focus on homes that have actually sold and not homes that are for sale?
Uh, Probably because the homes have that. Because if it's sold, then that means that's like data we can work with. Like, because if it's for sale, then what if it's been on the market for a long time? That doesn't. It's not the that right. Something like that.
Ever had your real estate license before?
I have not.
That's good. There's two reasons. One is what you said, that's what actually sold. That's what is actually sold, and especially if it sells. Let me tell you, if it sells in 30 days or less, the ones that we look at, that's a strong sign. If something sells in 30 days or less, that means that people were excited and they were fighting over it, and there was a high demand. Over 30 days is okay, but when you start getting into 60 or 80 days, you'll see price reduction and things like that. And that's not something that we want, is it?
No, not at all.
Okay. I mean, some people are comfortable with that, sitting it on the market for a long time, but it sounds like just double checking. That's not our situation. We want to move things along by February or March, something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I just want to make sure it fits in the time frame because we would like to be there. I don't want it to sit on the market. I like the my date that I had in my head was February 1st. If we get it sold sooner, though I don't want to sell it sooner because I don't want to be homeless. But also I don't want to it get pushed into June, July, and all those months. February 1st or the first week 2 weeks of February. That's my ideal. But again, I'm not sure how this all works out in terms of when things close, and then also I have to find my next home, and everything like that as well, right? Because we haven't started looking. We want to move to Idaho because we have family there, but I mean, I haven't even spoken to an agent over there to look at homes yet. But we do
Okay.
want to buy a home in Idaho as well.
Yeah, I could definitely connect you with a group of Compass agents who are out there in Idaho and make sure that you guys get the highest quality home. You get the best price out there, too.
Yep.
And I'll connect you guys with somebody before we leave. Um, Okay, so all these things, I'm glad you're talking about them. We're going to get to them. First thing we're going to look at is pricing, and then we'll follow that whole strategy. Make sure we're on the same page with the price that we're going to get that will work for you. You talked about it a little. We'll come back to it, um, and then after that, then we'll talk about the schedule of selling your home and moving out there and making sure that the timing works. So I think you guys know, and you mentioned something. Just want to double make sure. What is the lowest price that you guys are willing to accept? Like if somebody comes in, writes the offer on the piece of paper, presents it to us, what is the lowest you guys would be happy with that you guys would feel is a good price for you?
So as I mentioned, we would like to take home at least 500,000. I think the absolute lowest, I don't know, like something that I have to talk with my wife over, but we've already kind of discussed it, but I want to confirm with her. Probably 485, maybe 480, maybe 480 if it really just depends on a lot of things. I want to confirm with her, but if it's gonna go below 480, then I really don't want to take it, and I would rather wait until we can get something for 500. But I mean, it should go for 500, right? Because my neighbor, he just sold his for 500, and it's a very similar home. So yeah.
I'm strongly confident in the price that you're telling me, and let me show you exactly why. So let's take a look. These are three homes that are for sale, and I'm getting it out. I have a packet for me, and I hand a packet to you. I hand a packet to your wife. So this is what we're talking about: comparative market analysis, just homes that have sold in the last few months. Take a look at this home, home number one on 123 Fake Street. Notice that it's a lot like your home. There's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Square footage is a little smaller than yours. The yard is and the lot size is a little bit smaller than yours. And I'll tell you, I've been in this home, cute little home. It is not in as good shape as your house overall, especially the remodeling you guys did in the kitchen, right?
Yep.
You guys, okay. So it's kind of similar. Once again, smaller lot, smaller square space, not in as good a shape. And take a look at the price. How much did this home? Sorry, how much did this home sell for in 30 days?
490, 480, 480.
480. Okay. So we're looking pretty good, right? Because it looks like the lowest end you guys were maybe, probably not willing to go to is 480, 485. This home, I'll tell you, it's on a crowded street. The street parking is not as good, and you guys have a better elementary school, and your home's a little bigger and better condition. So your home is a step up from this, and it sold just a month ago, 30 days for 480. So that's looking good for us.
Yep. Okay. I see.
Okay, so now let's take a look at this home. It's 321 Fake Street. Take a look. How many bedrooms do you see?
5 bedrooms.
Okay, 5 bedrooms. So that's a few more than yours, right?
Yep.
How many bathrooms do you see?
4.
So 2 more bathrooms than you, and the square footage is really big. It's almost like a half of another house, and the lot is much larger too. And I happen to know that this is new construction. You see everything looks modern. Okay. So first of all, just to recap, we looked at this house that was smaller than yours and not as good school district and not as good shape as yours, that sold for 480. Now this home is a little larger than yours, a few more bedrooms, few more bath, big lot, new construction. It should probably sell for a little bit more than what we would expect your home to sell for, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so take a look at the price, and what did you see this new construction home sold for?
700,000.
Fake Street. Okay. So we're getting close, right? We know, and this is our goal, and I'm going to just write this down on a sheet of paper, like elementary school style. So we know that your home is somewhere between 480 to $700,000, right? Because your home is in better condition and larger than this first home that sold for 480, correct?
Yep.
But your home is not brand new construction, although there are many new upgrades that you made to the home. It's not as big, and there's not as many bedrooms as this home that sold for 700. So now let's come together, and what do we think is something that is reasonable between $480,000 and $700,000 that we could put the market on and put this home on the market to attract the most qualified buyers?
Gotcha. So, are you asking me what I think we should put it on?
Yeah. Oh. What do you think would be a great price that would get buyers excited to choose your home over the competition?
Thinking 500? 500?
Interesting. I'm glad that you said that, because take a look at this. And I usually do this. Just one home that is actually for sale on 123 Yard Street right here. It's just like your home. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, same square footage, similar area, and the same school districts. And your home has they redid the kitchen just like you guys, very similar. And check it out. It's on the market for $505,000. Okay. So hasn't been on the market for too long, just 15 days. So that's pretty good. I believe that this home, they'll get what they want. Now for us, we could come in at a little bit below this to be competitive and take it out and get the most attention by being a little bit lower, or we can more or less match this price. What would you like to do? Come in at exactly the same as this home, or be more competitive and get more buyers a little bit lower?
I think more competitive because then if more people are looking at my home, then it would drive up the price, right? Like, because at the end of the day, I want to take home more money. So, because if we price it at 505, then I'm okay with 505. right? But then if we price it lower, what I'm getting at is you're saying if we price it, let's say at like 490, then there's going to be more eyes on it, right? And then that would help us, and then that could even get us to that 505 or even more. Is that correct?
Exactly. I mean, take a look. You've got two cars at a car lot, and they're both Honda Civic, and they're both 2015. One's red, one's blue, same miles, similar condition. One is $20,000, one is $12,000. Both good cars. Which one would you get? The one that's $20,000 or $12,000? Or which one would you at least look at first?
12,000.
Contact the owner. So that's what we're doing here. Is we're most likely going to get a lot more attention when we price it competitively lower. And then if we price it at the same level, then that house really is our competition. And people might skip out if they don't like a certain thing, like the way the yard looks or just the color paint that you chose. They might go to the other home. So that's one competitive edge that we could do.
Okay.
So it sounds like you're comfortable with a price somewhere at 500,000, something like that, or maybe even go a little bit lower to be even more competitive. What price would you like to name?
I'd say 490 or 495. I think from our conversation that might work out a little bit better in our favor, right? I mean, what did the 480? What did they price it at?
They priced it, well, they did something different. They had more time, so they priced it at 500, and it was on the market for about a year, and they kept cutting it down, cutting it down, cutting it down. That's one strategy. However, that's for somebody who has more than 3 months, maybe a year. Is that how much time we have?
Yeah, that's not. So yeah, I definitely want to price it to where it's going to sell. So yeah, I think 490, right? 490. I mean, what is your experience? Like, what do you think?
490 is great. It wouldn't even help you that much more than doing 495. Whichever you feel, it's a toss up for me, 490 or 495. The only reason I would say go to 490 is if something else for similar price was for sale for 495. And also, if somebody comes in and they give an offer lower, we don't have to accept it.
Okay.
Any offer that you don't like, and I'm going to be very clear right here. We're not going to accept 490. We're going to counter with a minimum of 498, 500, like you guys said.
Okay.
Because that's what the house is really worth.
Yep. Okay.
So number one, if we don't get offers for 500 right away, we're not going to respond to anything below that. And then, so do we agree that 495 would be an excellent price for your home?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm excited to help you with that, and I'm ready to get to work for you. There's one thing that I wanted to clear up too, and you had a good question. Where are you going to live in between? Say if you get the home if you get the price that you like, but sooner than February, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you ever heard of a contingency? Does that sound familiar?
I know how to spell the word, but I don't really know what it means.
It's a fancy word for saying this. We could put this. We could put this. Oh my goodness. So it's basically an agreement that we're going to go into the transaction of selling your home, but you're not actually going to leave your home until you find another home and you're in escrow, meaning you have an offer accepted for another home.
Okay. And this would help prevent to make sure, because if I don't sell the home, then I can still, because if I accept an offer and then I don't find my next home, I would have to find my next home for them to be able to move in. So I would still be safe.
And I've seen buyers rushing. That's not a fun situation, right? That's not a comfortable situation, rushing, making sure after you're selling your home that you have the next place to stay. And we don't want to be in that situation, right? Or
Right.
You need to stay with family or you need to rent. We don't want to do that, right?
Right.
The advantage here with your timeline and with you needing to get another place out of state, is that right now California is so hot and the market is in favor for sellers. So you could put something like a contingency on there, and it won't really hurt the amount of people who are coming to look at us, given most likely given this market. So we could. That's one solution. We could put a contingency on it, and it's just this agreement. Whoever, Mr. or Mrs. Buyer, we're not going to complete this transaction until my client Vince finds his other home in Idaho and he's accepted an offer and he's in escrow.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that sounds way better because that was one of my main concerns as well.
That's why you got to go with a strong team. That's why you
Yeah.
got to go with the people who will really help you. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's one solution. Think about that. Discuss it with your wife. There's multiple solutions to that, but I think that's the best one. It's the easiest.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Well, you know what? Before I get out of here, you know what, Vince? Thank you so much for having me. Petting your dog has been fun. Seeing the attic again. I'll kill the spider for you.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited for you to put me to work. And so, what date did you want us to get started? We could bring the photographers in here. When's a good time for you guys to just get the ball rolling?
I mean, we're ready. Yeah. Well, as I said, then I guess the timeline doesn't matter that much of when we list it, right? Because, as you said, we can make it contingent, or that, right? Or if we sell it too soon, right? So I just want to make sure we're ready now. We can list the home as soon as this weekend. We'll probably work a little bit better since me and my wife work during the weekdays. So
Awesome. Well, you know what? Let's do it. Like you said, you guys have a little bit of time, but I would say sooner is better than later because when I bring the photographer in, you guys can choose to do staging for the photography session, but your home is going to sell without it, and you know your place looks nice, so you definitely would want to get everything in order. It takes a while to set that up, so taking care of this so that we could take pictures of the home and promote it, that takes a little bit of time. So I'd say the sooner the better.
okay, yeah, let's do it. I'm ready to do it this weekend. The photographer can come this weekend.
Okay, so let's do this Saturday at 9 a.m. Blah blah blah. I'll double verify with my photographer. He should be available at that time. Sounds good.
Yep, sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll book that, and then I'll double verify with you tomorrow that that time works.
Okay.
Should work.
Yeah, I'll check with my wife, but it should work.
Okay, cool. And then here it is. Get me to work for you. This is not a phone. It's a piece of paper, and here's a pen.
Perfect.
Awesome. Oh my God, I'm so excited, Vince. Wow, you know, this is going to be such a great experience. I can't wait to help you guys get to Idaho with the money that will make you guys comfortable out there. It's going to be great.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Thank you,
All right,
Jason.
it's a pleasure. If you need anything between now and when the photographer comes, just let me know. You have my number. I'm gonna leave my card on the coffee table here too.
Okay. Perfect. That works.